Conversations with Artists, brought to you by The Smith Gallery and Fine Custom Framing. Hi, I'm Debbie Smith, host of Art Talks, and I'm so glad that you joined us to sit in on this conversation. Art Talks was designed to center around the artist and their work so that we can learn about their history, their technique, their training, but most importantly, what inspires them, because quite honestly, that's going to inspire us to buy some of their work. And that is what the whole purpose is. So today I'm so happy to have with me Julie Riker.
Hi, Debbie.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
And I get to see your artwork all the time, which is such a pleasure for me and everybody that works here and comes through these doors.
Wonderful.
Yes, and I've sold an awful number, a lot of your pieces.
And you've been a wonderful place to exhibit my work.
Thank you.
I've had a relationship with Smith Framing for a long time.
I know, and we knew each other, even grew up in the same neighborhood.
And yes, when your father had the frame shop in the basement, you framed all our diplomas and school pictures. So
isn't that
been
funny?
A customer, and then when you started exhibiting local artist work, I was one of the first on board.
Yes, and I'm so happy for that.
Me too.
And I have 3 of your paintings at my house. I think at least 3. I might even have more because I really love your work.
Thank you.
So going into, I guess when I first started seeing your work and things like that, you were doing a lot of conservation work at the Capitol, doing a lot of the regilding and a lot of the reworking of the Capitol. And then you also did a lot of marble work, and you did a lot of work on walls. Can you tell me how then you transitioned?
Yeah, well, I worked at the Capitol for 6 years as part of a team of decorative painters.
Oh, cool.
And then transitioned started my own business doing decorative painting in homes and businesses, which I still do.
Which you still, because you're working in Chambersburg doing that.
Yes,
now.
I still do that, and it's a good way for an artist to supplement their income.
Yes.
But so I always wanted to be a painter. My training was in illustration, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I guess I was doing pretty well with my decorative painting business, and then we went through an economic downturn, and the job slowed down. But the silver lining of that was I focused more time on my own work. I actually took a painting class at a local art center, and it was with Earl Blues, who's a well-known local artist.
I didn't know that either. Yes, wasn't he one of the 7 Lively artists?
Yes, and we painted outside, which I had never done. In all my years of art school, we never painted outside, and I just loved it because I've always been an outdoor person, and it just really stuck with me. And since then, when my decorative painting business picked back up again, I've always made a place and a nice balance in my life for my own work.
So is the meaning of plein air, isn't that out of doors?
Plein air, yeah. Artists like to use funny French terms.
Yes.
But so plein air literally means open, in the open air.
In the open air.
Yes. And artists have been painting outside since, I guess, the French Impressionists. So when as soon as they started tubing paint.
Oh, all right.
In the Industrial Revolution.
So how did they use paint before that?
Well, mostly they would hand grind it and use it in their studio. Some of the earlier artists would actually put it in like a pig bladder to make it more portable. But the Industrial Revolution and tubing paint really allowed artists to just take it anywhere.
Just take it where they go.
Yeah.
And of all the places that you've painted, I mean, I know you've gone to Italy as well.
Yeah.
What was your favorite place to paint? Do you have a favorite place?
I don't know if I have a favorite place to paint. I mean, I have some favorite paintings, but I'm happy anywhere if I'm painting. I have favorite places to be.
Yeah.
But if I'm painting, I'm pretty much happy.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But that's, I mean, the way I look at it, or the way I think of you, is that you can't help but paint.
That's true. I mean, well, right? I get distracted by gardening and other things
well,
too.
Sure.
But
and kitties.
Yeah. But if I will not pass up an opportunity to paint for sure. Yeah.
Do you have something planned next that you're doing, like a Plein Air Festival?
Actually, next week I'm going to participate in West Reading Plein Air. It'll be my first time in that event. It's a week-long festival, and I think there's about 40 artists that come from various places to the town of Reading to paint within a designated area.
Is there anything in particular that, I mean, I know that in Camp Hill they had a particular area because I know Camp Hill, but what does Reading have?
We can actually paint anywhere in Berks County, and I'm not familiar with it, so it'll be interesting. I'll do a little bit of site scouting. Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, but I saw sometimes when I do these events, you can spend a whole day just driving around.
Right.
Because you always think, oh, there's a better painting around the corner. And what I have learned is to just stop somewhere and paint.
Right.
You know, you can make a good composition out of anything, really.
Right.
So we'll see how it goes. But I'm looking forward to it. Mostly what I love about those plein air events is the camaraderie and meeting other artists. And there's kind of a lot of times you'll go see an artist that you've met at another event. They sort of get into a circuit, so it's fun.
Well, that's sort of cool. It's sort of like an artist community.
Exactly.
That you lift each other up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know I want to touch back on something you said about the person that inspired you. Can you tell me her name? Because I think I might know.
My high school art teacher is Selby Dowdy at Cumberland Valley, and she was wonderful, very encouraging art teacher.
And did she talk about white space?
I can't remember exactly what she talked about, but I just remember we would have assignments to do works in the style of various other artists that we were studying.
That's neat.
And it was a way to learn art history as well as to explore different techniques.
Yeah.
And possibly that's what's made me adept at, with my decorative painting, being able to paint in a lot of different styles.
Right.
Yeah.
And use a lot of different techniques to come up with the painting that you want for the client.
Yeah.
Well, that's really neat. So it gives you an outlet that's not just selling things off the wall.
Right.
It becomes, because the place down in Elizabethtown, you did a whole mural on their wall at the
Star Barn.
The Star Barn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of murals and a lot of decorative faux finish type of work, wood graining, marbling. I'm pretty good at color matching. So that's all contributed to being able to make a living as an artist.
Right. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you'd like to tell me about, or?
Maybe just the process of doing a plein air painting. People think that, that must be so relaxing to go outside and paint in nature, right? But it's actually rather like a complicated puzzle that I have to figure out. And I like that. It keeps me sharp. But when I'm doing a painting, my brain is fired the whole time. It's not really relaxing.
Right, I bet.
In fact, sometimes it's frustrating. But I have always been a person that loves challenges. And so often I'll look for something that if I haven't painted before, or if I don't think I can paint it, I will try.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Debbie, for having me.
Of course. It's been great. So, if you would like to purchase one of Julie's beautiful paintings, you may do so by coming into the gallery. I'm here at 190 Reno Avenue in New Cumberland, or you can call me at 717-774-4301, or send me an email, Debbie@fineart2u, that's a 2 and a u.com. But until then, I hope you will remember this conversation that Julie and I had together, because what separates us, I think, from the animals and things like that is art, because we're not just enjoying them with our eyes, but we're enjoying them with our souls. And it's something that lifts us. It raises our consciousness. It raises our vibration as a people. And especially now, I think we need that. So I look forward to seeing you. And until then, I hope you enjoy the next Art Talks. Until then, have a great day. glad you could join us for that video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did so, please like it, share it, and subscribe. And if you'd like to receive notifications when we drop our next video, just hit that little bell next to the subscribe. Art talks to you if you just remember to listen.